Hello geeks and gamers, it's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars, because Star Wars is, well, it used to be awesome, it still is awesome. It's just not awesome right now, and there's not a lot to look forward to, but I want to make a few points here. Okay, now, I think anybody that wants to be objective watching this channel, if you're being objective, Star Wars fans have a bad history of being crazy as hell. And I'm a Star Wars fan. I can admit that. It's a problem. I've touched on it in previous videos, but we've gained a lot of subscribers recently, and I want to make people understand who I am and how I have approached Star Wars throughout my life. So, most Star Wars fans are not rational, it seems like, and they want to complain about anything and everything Star Wars. So now that we've gotten to the point of The Last Jedi being a terrible Star Wars movie, the problem is that it's like The Boy That Cried Wolf, where nobody really takes Star Wars fans that seriously. And that sucks, but it is what it is. And I'm self-aware enough to understand that. But in terms of me, I'm a prequel defender. I love the Clone Wars. I love Rebels. Okay, I like Rebels. I like Rebels. I liked Battlefront 2015. I liked Battlefront 2017. I loved Battlefront 2017, actually. And I love The Force Awakens. I think Rogue One's okay. And I've never really had any problem with any era of Star Wars. That's not to say I love everything Star Wars. I do have some it took some effort for me to get into Rebels. But once I finished the Clone Wars and then moved into Rebels after I got through season 1, it really started picking up for me, especially towards the end of season 2. And Rebels has got probably the single greatest moment in the history of Star Wars as far as I'm concerned. And that's including everything in the original trilogy. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you've seen Rebels and if you've seen the season 2 finale, you know what I'm talking about. And if you watched the Clone Wars and then you went all the way to that point, that's an incredible moment. But I'm not here to harp on that. Rebels doesn't have has some incredibly high moments though. My point is, I've pretty much liked or loved almost everything Star Wars. Now that gets you called a blind fanboy, okay? And I've been called a blind Star Wars fanboy 1,000 times. And now because I don't like The Last Jedi, all of a sudden I'm a crazy Star Wars fan that can never be pleased. And it's like, no, I've liked every iteration of Star Wars. I've defended the prequel era. I'm still sitting here defending The Force Awakens against the majority of our new subscribers that seem to not like The Force Awakens. I love The Force Awakens, and I'm going to continue to tell you how much I love The Force Awakens, and I'm going to continue to tell you that I still have faith in Episode 9 because I love J.J. Abrams, and we shall see. But we are at a moment now where Star Wars, it's kind of crappy. And we just got a terrible Star Wars movie in The Last Jedi. It is a terrible Star Wars movie. You can argue that you liked it. You can argue that you enjoyed it. And I've said it's a good science fiction film if it was isolated and it had no bearing on the future or the past of Star Wars. But the reality of it is it does have ramifications on the past and the future for Star Wars. And for that reason, it is a terrible Star Wars film. What do I hope to accomplish by continuing to speak out about The Last Jedi? Well, there's a lot of fans who want to get the Rian Johnson's Last Jedi removed from canon. I don't think that's realistic at all. You might as well play the lottery. That's not going to happen. And so I'm into realistic solutions here. I'm not into signing petitions to get a film that Disney put hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars into that made 1.3 billion removed from canon. That's not realistic and it's not going to happen. So stop doing that. Stop. Okay? So what is my realistic goal right now? What I want as a Star Wars fan that does not like The Last Jedi at all, I want Rian Johnson gone from this trilogy that he is supposedly going to be working on. I don't want this man anywhere near Star Wars. I don't like Rian Johnson. I don't like him as a filmmaker. I don't like him as a person. I don't like him as a social media personality. I don't like his little snide, rude little elitist comments he makes. He's a smug social justice warrior, and again, I understand that the majority of people in Hollywood are like that, but when you do that in in your film like The Last Jedi, and then you continue to portray it online, and you can just continue to take jabs at the fans. I don't like Rian Johnson. I want him gone. Now, he's also Kathleen Kennedy's yes man, and obviously I would love to see Kathleen Kennedy gone too. I don't think, like, we have to let Solo come and go, and we have to see how bad that movie is going to perform, which I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to flop, but it's not going to do Rogue One numbers or anything like that. And so after that movie comes and goes and it fails due to the expectations that are going to be placed upon it being a Star Wars film, then maybe we can start having some real conversations that Kathleen Kennedy might be on the chopping block. When you look at everything that's happened with her, when it comes down to all of the directors, all of the behind-the-scenes drama, everything from Rogue One to Colin Trevorrow to Lord Miller to this whole entire Han Solo project, and I might be missing something else, but I mean, there's been so many problems with this woman, with how she's been running Lucasfilm. Clearly, the fandom is not happy with The Last Jedi. So, Battlefront, even though I loved Battlefront 2, it is a complete disaster. And all of this goes back to leadership. And there's not any leadership at Lucasfilm. So, maybe once Han Solo comes and goes and underperforms, then we can start having a realistic discussion about Kathleen Kennedy. I still don't know. I feel like she's Teflon, and they'll fire everybody else but her. But we'll see. But right now, I want the focus to be on Rian Johnson. I don't want this man directing another Star Wars film ever. Let him go back to putting bad makeup on Joseph Gordon-Levitt for all I care. Just stay away from Star Wars. Please, stay away from it. So that's the goal, is to have Rian Johnson removed from the trilogy right now. I'm not interested in removing shit from canon. That's not going to happen. All I'll hope for that is if JJ retcons the majority of The Last Jedi. We shall see. But trying to be as rational as I can. There's a lot of hyperbole online. A lot of people are saying a lot of things, and I get it. You're being fans and you're being emotional, but at the end of the day, be realistic with what we're trying to accomplish here. Let's not try to ask for things that are just outside of the realm of possibility. So right now, we want Rian Johnson removed from this trilogy that he signed on for. That's what I want. That's what I hope most of you want, and we shall see what happens. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you later.